So in this video we are going to talk about SalesSimba.com. SalesSimba is the platform for you to be able to make sales presentations and proposals to your clients and customers all in one go, all in one workflow type of thing. So what is it? Let's kind of dive in and try to discover ourselves. Right now, as we're seeing here, there are three rectangles. One of them is Deal Winner. That helps you create the proposals and then create a workflow as part of the proposal and all that stuff. You are able to discuss their case with them, and then as part of the sequence of operations, you are able to send them proposals, get the price agreed upon, and convince the customers, do all sort of presentations, and present private pricing plans to your clients, potential clients. Those private pricing plans are only private to and very specific to the client that you are sending this, or whomever you are doing this presentation or conversation with, and then they pick a plan right there in front of you while you are still on call with them, and then they are able to make the payment, they are able to sign contracts, agreements, make the payments, and then the next rectangle talks about onboarding, automation, that type of thing. And then this last rectangle, last piece, basically is going to be moved out from here. It's going to be in a separate app by itself, which we call it PlanSimba.com. That's where we are going to be implementing the tax plans. Remember, we're not going to be creating tax plans, rather we will be talking about implementing tax plans and implementing different scenarios of different types of tax plans. So that's for a different video. For the time being, we will focus on the Deal Winner, and let's see what it says. And when I clicked on it, it brought me up to these different steps. So it is expecting me to create various steps, and I can drag and drop different. I'm not very good at dragging and dropping, but I'm going to get a help from my assistant. Oh, there it is. See, I didn't know that. I have to hold the handle from the left side. So my assistant helped me. But either way, I could have a landing page as a step one. So basically, my potential client would receive an email with a link to a landing page. So they will click on the email link and they will go on to this landing page. On that landing page, it would have, and we're going to make another video that is going to talk about that landing page specifically. But either way, when they get to that landing page, they get to see my small intro video, and then it has my services, all the things that I'm doing, I will be doing for them. These are generic services. These are not very specific to the case right now, because they have not yet joined the meeting, so they are still on the landing page and familiarizing themselves, getting to know me or to know the tax professional, whoever they are going for a meeting with, and there may be testimonials of other clients and customers, and those type of things would be there on that landing page. So when we go onto a real landing page, we'll see more details and more real world examples over there. So either way, when the time for appointment comes up, on the landing page there will be a button that says log in or connect for the meeting. If they try to go earlier than the appointed time, they would get a message saying that the meeting has not yet started. Either way, when the meeting starts, then the organizer, so when the meeting starts, that's the time the tax or the accounting professional would click a button on their screen to enable login. So when they enable the login, only then, and that's the time this login, auto login would get enabled for the potential client to then log in. They could log in with the social media, they could log in with their Google or Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, all those type of things, or Facebook or any other social media they could use to log in. So we have implemented plenty of different login modules, login mechanisms, and once they log in, they'll be greeted. You could add in another landing page. So this landing page, and there could be yet another landing page that could be available for them as soon as they log in. And thereafter, when they log in, they are on this landing page. You could do the introductory discussions and small little chat or however you like on this page. Remember, you are on call with them either via phone or Zoom or Google Meet, right? And then you are also sharing the screen with them. That is what is happening. So they are on this, after they're logged in, they are on this landing page, and you are discussing their scenario and their case with them. While you are discussing their things, you would have something, we call it a whisper, like an AI agent, which would be whispering in your ear and helping you provide tips and answers to any type of questions that your client may be asking. And that AI agent would also be doing transcriptions. They would be automatically capturing whatever is being said in the meeting, and the content of the conversation would be showing up on the screen. We would have further more detailed videos that those are going to show how that part works. But either way, next to the landing page, probably for a tax planning strategy session, could be that you upload a tax return for the client, right? And then you discuss that tax return with them. In case they are this is a different thing. For example, you're talking about SEO or you're talking about their websites, you could upload a PDF or any type of image that has their website. Either way, you would do the analysis of the case. So if you are a CFO, you could be uploading documents and discussing those with your client. Next would be a summary of all those things that you discussed. Probably right here you would explain to them the savings that you are bringing in for them, how much money they have been losing in the past, how much money has been going down the drain, and now with your assistance and your facilitation, how much money they are going to be saving or rescuing, and what would be their winning formula. Either way, after this summary, the next step could be proposal, whereby you present them a proposal. Now those proposals could be pre-made and they could be created on the fly, meaning those could be created as a result of your discussion with the client. You could probably pre-make like 2 or 3 proposals in advance, and then if there is a need before the client can move on to the next step, remember, each movement of the client to the next step is being controlled by the organizer. They just cannot move on to the next step by themselves. So say you had already created 3 proposals for them, and you decided that proposal number 1 was the right for them, but you wanted to tweak it a little bit, so you could, while they are on hold or while they are doing conversation with you, you could privately, silently modify the proposal, whichever version you wanted to, and then make it available for your client to then be able to access and view this. So they, on every time, every screen, they would have a next button. So that next button would probably be very prominently visible, and once they click on that next button, wherever that button will be, they would then proceed to the next screen. So in our case, they would then be able to move to the proposal screen that you enabled them to. If there were other additional pages you wanted to, you could insert them here. The next step would be you would ask them to sign an engagement letter. As soon as they sign the engagement letter, thereafter they could be presented with private pricing plans. So private pricing plans are no different than the public plans, except these are custom plans made for specifically the client or the customer with whom you are right now doing presentation and you're doing the discussion. So these are private pricing plans because these are only available to your specific client. Although you could make these shareable, you could reuse them, you could copy them for future other clients, but either way, these pricing plan would stay private to this specific client with whom you are doing the presentation. And so, say as an example, they pick the silver plan. So when they pick the silver plan, they're taken to a payment gateway. We have implemented about 11 different payment gateways apart from Stripe, PayPal, and so many others. And in addition to 11 payment gateways, we have also implemented something called vaults. Those vaults are a secure mechanism for you to collect secure information. So we're going to talk more about vaults and payment gateways in an upcoming video. The intent here is to insulate against outages or sudden blockage of your account with a provider. For example, for some reason, say Stripe decides to block you for whatever reason, they freeze your account. So what happens if you had 100 customers already on subscription? Now what happens next month, because you are frozen, you are suspended, so you cannot send payment requests to those 100 clients who have already signed up with you. So we have come up with a mechanism to insulate and work around against that in a legal and bona fide manner. So we're going to talk about those scenarios and cases. Either way, the final and the last screen that we have created is success confirmation about the client, and then they could be taken to an onboarding workflow. So this was just to give you an idea on how different pieces and parts of sales presentation can be all tied together to work in unison, hand in hand, to make you win and to make you win the deals that you deserve to. So far so good. Stay tuned for our future videos, and thank you for watching.